Hi, it's Jimmy Nguyen, and welcome to another episode of the Bitcoin Vision. I'm coming to you this week from Amsterdam, one of my favorite cities, and a city that greatly supports Bitcoin. It's a perfect place to bring you the latest developments with the Bitcoin SV ecosystem. Bitcoin SV is rebirth of the original Bitcoin, finally unlocking the true power of Bitcoin's original design, protocol, and Satoshi vision. This week, watch and you'll learn all about the new Bitcoin SV scaling test network, Link, BitIndex, new BSV merchants, and great support from a Twitter user at Street5Wall or Wall Street 5. It's all this and more happening with Bitcoin SV. Let's kick off with scaling news because Bitcoin SV is all about massive Bitcoin scaling. This past week, the Bitcoin SV Scaling Test Network announced that it is open for business. Enterprises, developers all around the world, if you want to test the limits of the Bitcoin blockchain on Bitcoin SV, use this test network for your applications and services. The STN is an initiative of the Bitcoin Association's Bitcoin SV Node project, developed by nChain with funding from CoinGeek. The professional stress test team, also known as the Satoshi Shotgun, are ready to provide transaction traffic for this test network so that your business or project can experience the BSV blockchain to its fullest potential. This global public network is continuously loaded with transactions to enable BSV developers to test their applications and services under heavy load. If you're an interested business or developer from anywhere in the world, you can sign up for the test network and test your Bitcoin applications and services that require any large number of transaction volume or large data capacity. Steve Shatters, Director of Engineering at nChain and Technical Director of the Bitcoin SV Node project, commented about this, saying this is just the first step in a scaling plan. He said in the coming months, we plan to increase the maximum block size on the STN to 10 gigabytes. That's massive, but only another step in the plan to terabyte-sized blocks. The goal of Bitcoin SV and the Scaling Test Network is not just to increase limits, but to prove there are no limits. So if you're interested, reach out to the Scaling Test team and see the potential Bitcoin SV is creating for the world. Privacy is in the news a lot these days, so that takes us to Link. Link is a new privacy tool created by Twitter user at Bitcoin Sophia. This new app allows you to store encrypted information on the BSV blockchain. A great use case is to back up your BSV wallet on the blockchain, providing you financial security and peace of mind. Data encrypted and uploaded to the BSV blockchain is unreadable to anyone without the key. However, it's also easily shared by sending a URL. Using Link is really easy too. Just drag files into the Link app. It'll automatically decrypt the file in your browser and allow you to download it later from the blockchain. Encryption and decryption happen in your browser itself, keeping your private key off the server and providing you security. Privacy on the blockchain? Check it out with Link. Building BSV apps got easier this week as well. BitIndex released version 3 of their real-time Bitcoin SV API platform, and they built it specifically for developers. New features include webhooks for Bitcoin payments, Insight API compatibility, and a new JavaScript SDK. All of these can be easily used in browser or node runtime. BitIndex allows developers to get real-time UTXOs and balances for addresses and XPub keys. Developers can now manage wallet XPub keys in the cloud and have BitIndex auto-discover addresses and UTXOs. It also allows developers to broadcast, query, and search transactions on the BSV blockchain, making development easier. BitIndex. Now it's time for news about merchant adoption. We love to hear about new merchants all around the world starting to take BSV payments. You can always use the BSV merchant map on bsvdevs.com and bsvmerchants.com to see what merchants are new in your neighborhood that take BSV. If you're a business owner, you can register for free on both sites and tell the world, I accept BSV. This week, let's take a look at 4 new businesses around the world that are accepting Bitcoin SV. First is Cafeteria de Spoorbrug, a restaurant in Sliedrecht, Netherlands that serves hamburgers, sandwiches, and of course now accepts BSV. If you're in the Netherlands, check out this cafeteria. If you live in Port Elizabeth, South Africa, you can now get fit with BSV. Zumba with Rushka, a Zumba dance school, has started accepting BSV. They let Twitter know that students have already started paying for courses, using, of course, their Centbee wallet in South Africa to pay with the world's original Bitcoin. Let's cross oceans to get to the Philippines, because if you want a good meal, a pint of beer, and maybe watching some football, go to How's It Sports Bar, located in the Makati district of Manila, Philippines, the bustling metropolis. It's the first bar in the Philippines to accept BSV, and they've started accepting payments with Pop by Handcash. Finally, let's complete our world tour by going back to the Netherlands and a restaurant with beautiful decor called Café Ame. It's located in The Hague, Netherlands, and they announced this week they're accepting BSV as well. So get there. Great food, beautiful decor, and bon appetit. We end this week with a Satoshi Shout Out. And this one is a really, really loud shout out. So everyone out there, shout as loud as you can for Twitter user Wall Street 5. He goes by the Twitter handle at Street5Wall. He's been stepping up to sponsor BSV developers to help defray costs to attend the CoinGeek Toronto Conference's Developer Day. With some help from fellow Twitter user at Satoshi Engineer, Wall Street 5 has sponsored 13 developers by contributing $500 each in BSV towards costs for them to attend CoinGeek Toronto. With years of experience in the financial sector, he told CoinGeek that he's been working on Wall Street for 20 plus years. He believes Bitcoin SV will help solve inherent bottlenecks and inefficiencies. And he wanted to help make a difference in the BSV revolution that Dr. Craig Wright started in 2008. Now I want to tell you something even more about Wall Street 5, something you don't know yet. In addition to contributing to the costs of developers attending CoinGeek Toronto, Wall Street 5 has also donated 100 BSV coins. That's 100 BSV coins towards the prize pool of the Bitcoin Association's first ever BSV hackathon. That's amazing. I'd say that's a win, a huge win, and even more deserving of a Satoshi shout out. So there are many teams and participants competing in the virtual portion of the BSV hackathon. And remember, the top 3 entrants will be selected and flown to Toronto to present their submissions for final judging before a panel of judges and the audience on May 30th at CoinGeek Toronto. So for all of these wonderful, generous contributions to Bitcoin SV and helping fulfill the spirit of Bitcoin, Wall Street 5, you get a huge Satoshi shout out. Wow, there's so much energy and excitement happening in the Bitcoin SV world. Just like all the energy and excitement of this bustling square I've been sitting in Amsterdam. It's tulip season here, so time for me to go enjoy a bit of Amsterdam, grab a drink, a stroopwafel, and explore this wonderful city. I hope you contribute more energy to Bitcoin SV as we continue the journey to become the world's new money and global enterprise blockchain. From Amsterdam, it's Nguyen, and this is the Bitcoin Vision.